Jaya Gopi Chana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jaya Gopi Chana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Bracha Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Bracha Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachahari. Yamuna Tira Vanachahari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Damodar, Radha Damodar, Radha Damodar, Shri Radhe. Shishi Radha Madhava ki jai, Shishi Palat Lakshmi Singhadev ki jai, Nitai Go Premanandi Hari Hari Bo. So, Hare Krishna. Die ewige Frage von Simhachalam, the eternal question of Simhachalam. How do we speak? For example, how many Czechs do we have here? Wer versteht Tschechisch? Then you can translate for all of us. Ja, also ich denke, die Option ist zwischen Deutsch und Englisch. Wer versteht? Who doesn't understand German? Nicht der Rupe, du verstehst kein Deutsch. And who doesn't understand? Who doesn't understand German? Only you, Mataji, huh? So, do we have anybody who can translate into Czech for Mataji? Oh. You said you understand Czech. Okay, somebody can translate into English. Kann jemand ins Englische übersetzen oder Deutsch? Govinda Dev, would be. Ach so. Okay, who doesn't understand English? Wer versteht kein Englisch? Nitya-Rupa, denke ich mal. Aha, okay, so, nur Kishorikund. So steht es 1:1. So haben wir jemand, der übersetzen kann. Wo ist denn unser lieber Sanjay Prabhu? Da ist er. Sanjay? Magst du für was? Oder übersetzt für Kishorikund? Nee, wir sind in. Hä? Okay, dann muss ich. Aha. Ja, wir müssen bloß rausfinden, in welche Richtung wir übersetzen. We just have to figure out which direction we translate.
Also für dich ist, glaube ich, immer besser Englisch.
Macht es einfacher, weil da kann ich das Buch benutzen, ansonsten muss ich erst aus dem PDF irgendwie den Vers raussuchen. Also
Englisch?
okay. It was the decision of El Presidente. El Presidento? Da? El Presidente. Okay, so we read from the Chaitanya Charitamrite, and that we really can read this, we have to do what? Shri Chaitanya Chaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Chaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So I came to the class. I was not, because yesterday it was told that Maharaj giving class, and sorry to disappoint you, I'm not that exalted, but the point is we're speaking about cows today, because today we will perform cow puja, and the person who's sitting here, he's like a cow. Yeah, me, like a cow. And you know, the cow is producing milk, but it needs somebody who milked the cow. So that's your you can milk me for sure today. Huh? So it depends, you know, your eagerness to hear is the key of the success of the guy who, or whoever sitting here. Man or woman nowadays, I have to say. The cow who's sitting here. So it's your eagerness to hear. So start to milk. And because speaking of cows, I thought, and we didn't prepare a verse either. So I thought, just when I heard that Maharaj then doesn't give class, what is also understandable. I think the whole crew, including his servants, they're quite still jet-lagged. And Maharaj was an ecstatic Govardhan puja, I must say. Who thinks the same? I thought it's very ecstatic, especially with the big Giriraj. Or this looks so nice, how the milk is floating down on him. So and Maharaj gave not only 2 classes, he gave, I think, 3 classes. He gave another class online, and so he is deserved to have a rest. And anyway, so I thought we speak about cows. So what comes to your mind when you think of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and cows, pastimes wise? Yeah, I think this is the That's the most probably we will speak something about that. Something else come in head with cows. Another incident came in my head with cows. No? Was when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he went to Vrindavan, and then his servants they told him, let's go to Prayag because it got more and more difficult in Vrindavan. The Lord became more and more ecstatic. At one point he jumped in the Yamuna, wanted to see if he can see Akrura under the, when Krishna went to Mathura with, who took him to Mathura? Akrura, yeah. And when they went to, on the way, Akrura decided to take a bath. So, and then he went underwater. Akrura, and whom did he see? Mahavishnu, yeah. Yeah. And then he came out of the water, and whom did he see then? Krishna Balaram. No? So Mahaprabhu thought, okay, let's see whom I see. And he jumped in the water, and it became quite dangerous because just the servants just managed to pull him out again because he became in ecstasy when he was in Yamuna. And then they said, oh, it's getting a little bit too tense here in Vrindavan with him. Don't know how long we can keep him in this way. And also more and more people becoming aware of Mahaprabhu is not an ordinary personality. Let's go to Prayag, and we go on the riverside. And then at one point Mahaprabhu, he saw some grazing cows, and he saw some boys who taking care of the cows, and the Lord went again in ecstasy. And he fell unconscious, and then some Muslim soldiers came by, and they wanted to arrest and actually kill the servants because they said, you poisoned this sannyasi because you want to have the wealth. See, Muslims, even sannyasis have wealth, So, and then, but luckily Mahaprabhu came back to his consciousness, and out of this became not the first but the second interreligious dialogue with Muslims. What was the first interreligious dialogue Mahaprabhu did? Chatkasi, yeah. Okay. So we have now, let's try to figure out the verse. Okay, das ist Ādi-līlā 17, Vers 12, da fangen wir an. Jetzt habe ich doch meinen Computer. Weil, immer wenn ich hier sitze, ihr wisst, was ich dann denke. Ich muss zum Augenarzt. Vor allem das Sanskrit. Okay, so 12 ist Simhatvara Dakshine Ache Thailangi Gabigan Tahanyai Patila Prabhuhana Achetan Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. He went, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to a cow shed on the southern side of the Simhatwar. There the Lord fell down unconscious among cows from the district of Tailanga. So Mahaprabhu actually in this point, he is in Jagannath Puri and he is completely absorbed. He basically decided to kind of wind up his pastimes on the earth. So he more and more went into the meditation of Vrindavan, and the point was that it became also difficult in Jagannath Puri with the Lord, because he had different incidences where he, for example, he jumped in the ocean, and they had a hard time to fish him out of the ocean. And so what they used to do. So who was in Puri? Govinda Dev for sure. Who? Somebody else? Puri? Yeah. So you went to the Gambhira. The Gambhira is actually the house is of. Is Kashishwar? The house of Kashishwar. There is in some devotee's house, and there is like a very small room under the stairs, kind of something like that. And Mahaprabhu used to live in this room. It's very small, it's very tiny. You can actually, there's a little window, and you can see through this window in this room. And there's I think some shoes from him are still there. And it's a very small room. And so Mahaprabhu, he didn't want to accept any bedding or something like that. He just wanted to sleep on the floor. And he could also not sleep in the night anymore, because his ecstasy of being separated from Krishna in Vrindavan was so strong that he could not fall asleep. He just was lamenting and crying. And it became that thought that he even rubbed his head against the wall of this Gambhira, of this little room, and his face became bruised, bruised and like scratches. So he looked quite how to say, he didn't look so good. And also he was running away. So what they used, they put 3 locks on the door and locked him in the nighttime inside. And but outside there was Swarup Damodar and Ramānanda Roy, who kind of kept guard. And in one point they heard there was no sound anymore, because Mahaprabhu was always like lamenting inside the room, and they heard him from outside. But in one point there was no sound anymore, and they thought, something is wrong. They sent for Swarup Damodar, and he opened the locks, empty. Room was empty. Nobody knows how he came out. And then they were searching for him, and finally they went him there, and this is where the verse is. He went to a cow shed on the southern side of the Simatwar. This is an entrance of the Jagannath temple. How many entrances there? 4. 4. Do you know all of them? The Simha? There's the lion?
Tiger, husky, elephant,
Horse. Okay. So and there the Lord fell down unconscious among cows from the district of Tailanga. You know where the district from Tailanga is? Somewhere there were some cows, and as we hear also in Vrindavan, actually cowherds in this time, they were always moving. They were going different directions, and somehow some cowherds with the cows, they came to a stop at the Simatwar gate. Actually, Simatwar gate is also mentioned before, because many cows were there. Why many cows were there? It's mentioned in other incidents. Because the priests, they throw the old Mahaprasadam, especially the rice, over the wall. And there Raghunath Das Goswami, he was going and he was taking this rice, what was left by the cows. So I mean, if the cows don't eat the rice, it must be quite not so good anymore. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he collected that rice, he washed it clean, and this is what he ate. I just say it, you don't have to do it. Don't have to crawl. Hasti Gopal is feeding the cows, and you go there and crawl with the cows for the food. Meanwhile, not hearing any sound from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Govinda immediately sent for Swarup Damodar and opened the doors. Then Swarup Damodar Goswami lit a torch and went out with all the devotees to search for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After searching here and there, they finally came to a cowshed near the Simhatwa. They saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lying unconscious among the cows. And now this is astonishing. His arms, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arms, and legs had entered the trunk of his body, exactly like those of a tortoise. His mouth was foaming. There were eruptions on his body, and tears flowed from his eyes. So this is a sign of complete ecstasy, actually, where the Lord is so much immersed in the spiritual world that even his material world, his material manifestation, loses up. His body is losing up, as everything is kind of out of control. So he is like he took his, like a tortoise, his arms and legs even inside his body. When he was unconscious in the ocean, all his limbs were so separated that they didn't stick together anymore, and his skin was completely stretched. So this is a sign of complete ecstasy. And he was foaming. And so meaning foam coming out of his mouth. This is something what you see by people who suffering from epilepsy. I had once, there is my mother-in-law, she has a friend. Of course my mother-in-law is quite Indian, but she has a friend, a British lady, and her name is Janet. She came here actually 9 years ago for our wedding. Yesterday was our wedding anniversary day. Haribol, yes. We made it 9 years. It's quite good, quite happy. And so Janet, she has also this problem that sometimes she get a fit. And her fit is It happened once. We celebrated the birthday of my mother-in-law in an Indian restaurant, and we were all Indian. The whole family, of course, is brown, and I'm the only white guy together with Janet. So we're sitting in this Indian restaurant, and suddenly Janet gets a fit, and she's laying there on the bench, and I tried to stabilize her, and all the Indians, the whole restaurant, they were looking and probably thought it's my mother or something like that, because she was the only white one as well. So, yeah, but it's quite normal, and after a while she calms down again and everything is kind of okay, but that's something, it's something similar. But one thing what is very uncommon for a normal epileptic fit is, Chai, you got some breakfast. Is that what else happened to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? What's that? His limbs were going on into his body. He was foaming. Somebody remember what else happened to him? He was crying. He had tears of ecstasy, and this was a sign of his separation. And as the Lord lay there unconscious, his body resembled a large pumpkin. We had just Jai Jai Shishipayat Lakshmi Shingadev Ki Jai. This year we didn't had so much, and also in the area, but usually the farmers, they have a competition who is growing the largest pumpkin, and it is displayed in front of the farms or of the houses. So the Lord, his body resembled a large pumpkin. Externally, he was completely inert, but within he felt overwhelming transcendental bliss. So in this moment where basically all our sadhana bhakti aims actually to the goal that we become more and more internally. This is something what we train actually in Manasa Puja, where we do the puja in our mind, right? And in this Manasa Puja, we are following the process of sadhana. But the more we advance in sadhana, the more sadhana becomes or goes a little bit. It's more like steps. But in this steps of sadhana, there is more and more opens up about rasa and about details of our meditation. And this is something what we train when we do puja, to train our mind to do the service in our mind. And of course in our mind we have the ability also to put more and more things. We may externally we can only offer let's say some fruits, some apples, some nuts to the deities, to Radha and Krishna. But when we do Manasa Puja, we can do a whole feast. We can cook a whole feast. So and the more we go into this Manasa stage, the more we enter actually by our purity, we enter more and more into spiritual consciousness. And the great devotees we just spoke about some days ago in the Prem Vilas, for example, we hear that devotees around Narottam Das Thakur, they had this ability. They could really in the meditation go into the spiritual world and be part of the Līlā, just like that. And so this is what is aiming for. And once you're there, when the more you come in this consciousness, the less you want to come back. Of course, the less you want to come back. Once you really start to associate with Radha and Krishna, then what's the use to coming back here, right? So, and it's a disturbance. And Mahaprabhu, he always felt it as a great disturbance when his devotees, they try to wake him up again, to bring him back, right? Because he was in as I said here, in transcendental bliss. Then all the cows around the Lord were sniffing his transcendental body. When the devotees tried to check them, the cows refused to give up their association with the transcendental body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So now we get a little bit a picture out of the sight of the cows. They were sniffing the body of the Lord. You know, and if there's a transcendental body, it's completely transcendental in all features, and also means in smell. We have the example of Maharaj, Rishabdev, who said he didn't care of his bodily features anymore, and he was even not aware when he was passing stool and urine, and so he was sitting in his stool and urine, meditating. But the special thing was, who remembers what was the special thing? Munitagan. Munita? Like what? Like rose water, yeah. Like rose water. So that's when, you know, when you transcend the bodily features, then you transcend also this kind of nasty, ghastly things what comes out of the bodies. So they were the cows, they were sniffing the Lord, and when the devotees tried to take the cows away, because I mean, imagine try to go in the situation of the devotees, and it's late at night, it's dark. You know, you just lost Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They just lost him. They just lost him out of a locked room. He was not there anymore. And then they're walking around with torches looking for him. And then they're finding the Lord in this condition. His body is like a large pumpkin. His limbs are sucked in. And he's foaming and he is crying. I mean, for the devotees, that was quite painful. Just all disciples of Kadamakana Swami. Just imagine, you go, you know, Nitai goes back in the room of Maharaj, and then this happened to him. You know, all disciples, you would be out of your mind. You would think, My goodness, ambulance and everything, right? You know, and if somebody, you know, then Ramānanda comes and says, no, this transcendental ecstasy, you would, you know, kind of shut out, you know, go out of the way, you stupid guy, you know. Yeah, but, you know, this is what happened and it's normal. So, and the devotees, they also felt like, my goodness, you know, what happened to our Lord? And they tried to push the cows away, but the cows, they didn't want to be pushed away because they kept on, you know, they kept on sniffing on the Lord. Because they didn't want to give up the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because now finally they thought, finally he is with us. We have him. We have Krishna back. Right? The devotees tried to rouse the Lord by various means, but his consciousness did not return. Therefore, they all lifted him and brought him back home. All the devotees began to chant the Hare Krishna mantra very loudly in the Lord's ear. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And after a considerable time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu regained consciousness. Haribol. Yeah, and when he regained consciousness, his arms and legs came out of his body and his whole body returned to normal. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood up and then sat down again, looking here and there, and inquired from Swarup Damodar, where have you brought me? After hearing the vibration of a flute, I went to Vrindavan, and there I saw that Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda, was playing on his flute in the pasturing grounds. He brought Srimati Radharani to a power by signaling her his flute. Then he entered within that power to perform pastimes with her. So we can see, I entered the power just behind Krishna, my ears captivated by the sound of his ornaments. So we see that's quite, Mahaprabhu went quite into intimate pastimes, but he sees himself as different from Radha and Krishna, because Radharani goes into the oh, wait a second. Yeah, he went behind Krishna into this power, like a little hut, like a little. So this is the pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, experiencing his pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And what has it to do with the cows? We see here that both the Lord took in his ecstasy, took shelter of the association of cows. And the cows in return took association of the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why are cows so important? What do you think? Some thoughts. Why are cows important? Munindra? What? Okay, so maintaining one's livelihood. That's Prabhu. With cows no yagas, because there's no ghee, means no Brahminical culture. Brahmanas cannot do what Brahmanas like to do, making fire. Udva. Krishna likes the cows. Okay. So Vitamin. Aha. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cows have a very exemplary social behavior. Let's put it like this. Yeah. Okay, somebody else has some idea. Yeah, very good point. Mataji said that the cow dung and cow urine is a good fertilizer for the land, and one should actually eat this food what was growing in the land where he as one and the cows are living, his cows. Yeah, and of course, in the cow dung is also what is also very nice. Yeah, well, it's very a very good. How do you say? Fuel. Huh? It's antiseptic. We use it for cleaning. I mean, we don't use it, but one could use it for cleaning. Sanjay. We can build huts with cow dung. No, you see this in India. You see this quite often. It's very good isolation material, and it gives also a very good a good sense of aroma, but also for like the air condition in this room is very good. Yeah, it's good. And but there's another reason why cows are important. Cows have horns, right? And usually when we speak about cows, we basically in the West we think of this black and white cows, and they have not so long horns. They have only like horns like this, like sometimes like like turned. But actually, when you go to India, some of us they were in India, and you see the real cows, Udava, they have long horns, right? Long horns, and they have also this hump on the back. And did I post it yesterday in the Simhachalam group? I posted this video about a cow, one of these very white cows. They're looking by themselves like milk. You can see later on maybe. And they were painted, and these paintings were very. We should paint our cows today like that. Was like very artistic. And these cows actually with the long horns, these horns, they are like antennas. And the cow, they're collecting the energy of the universe, and they're giving them through the hoofs to the earth. So Mother Earth needs this connection, needs this energy from the universe. I mean, the universe is like a big room, and in this room there's Mother Earth amongst other planets, and she needs this energy that keeps her in balance. It's like if you a couple, a man and a woman, for example, then you don't need just that the man brings you, or the wife not just needs that the man brings some food home and say, I care about you. No, she wants also this love and affection. And doesn't mean pet him, some subtle thing what you cannot really see. So the earth also needs this affection from the universe, this energy from the universe. So and therefore cows with horns, they produce the best ghee. When you get ghee, actually you should always make sure that you get it from cows with horns, right? Because they're giving the best because this energy is floating through them. So the earth, they are depending on the cows. They're depending on this transaction, what the cows are doing. But this means it can only function, first of all, if the cows have horns, and if they are outside, if they're outside actually touching the ground with the hoofs. So therefore, it's very important, not just for us, not just what we gathered here, what's the important point. No, it's also important for the whole environment of the earth. The earth can recover if she gets this energy. She can prosper again. So this is also in Vedic culture, we always see it from our viewpoint, but when you see it from a higher viewpoint, you see how things are all connected with each other. And of course, this is always like now our statement till actually next year, all ISKCON temples should only use ahimsa milk. Haribol! Really? I mean, that's quite a big challenge, right? Ahimsa milk. We have cows, and all glories to our cow herds like Gopal, and we have teachers here taking care of the cows. But actually, we taking care for them only in a one-way direction. Actually, we are more like a Gnadenhof, what say, like we giving shelter to troubled cows. Some of them we saved from the slaughterhouse. We directly one cow, Lakshmi, she was directly saved. She jumped actually from the transporter. She jumped down from the transporter, and they couldn't catch her again so easily. So the transporter left without her, and she was so furious. She was so traumatized that she attacked everybody who came near her. So when she came first here, you could not go, although she is the most beautiful of our cows, you can't hardly go near her. Now she is a little bit better, right, teachers, Lakshmi? But before you could not go near her. She was so traumatized. So many of our cows are like that. But if we see we don't do actually cow seva in a sense that we give them something to do. We give them to eat, and we give them love, teachers, or yeah, and we care for them in that sense. But to care means also you give somebody or something to do, some meaning in life. And as cows are mothers, if you give a woman a husband, then we reading now in the Bhagavatam about Devahuti, on one point she says, I need a calf, for example, So and we also when we have to give these cows a higher meaning, or the natural meaning, we have to engage them, cows in their dharma. That means cows, they want to have calves, and bulls, they want to work, they want to do something. If you have bulls, you have to engage them, otherwise they engage you by destroying things. Some devotee compared it with the brahmachari ashram. Brahmachari is meant for hard work. If they don't, they will just rip the ashram apart, because they have so much energy, they just open the door of a couple. Oh, sorry, it's just ripped out by accident, or they start to crawl amongst each other, something like that. So therefore, cows, bulls have to be engaged. So, and this is what Hasti Gopal tried to do, but of course, it's not a one man or one and teacher's business. It requires the whole community. And of course, we think community will say, okay, so Simhachalam devotees, they will take care of cows. Then we done as ISKCON Deutschland. We have cows where? In Simhachalam. And there we have a cowherd boy and his helper, and there's the community, and they're taking care of cows. So we did we can make a tick. Cow care, Germany, yes, good. No, it's not like that. It means even more people than Simhachalam. First of all, we need actually more people taking care of cows. So therefore, we need more people who are having this awareness, of what means cows, and that means not only donation. This means taking practical part in the seva of the cows. And then with these cows, one can start to make like a milking business. Milk business sounds, but I don't find the English word. Because if you have a cows and give them calves, what happens? What is the first thing what happens? Huh? The cows, yeah, but what is the second thing? Who's drinking the milk? The calves. What calves? Huh? Yeah, we also calves. But what are the calves of the cows? There are two different calves. He and she, yes. And this faces the first problem. So of course the she's, the cows, they're potential milk givers later on. But what to do with all the bulls, right? They don't necessarily give milk. So we have to engage them. How do we engage them? Huh? Yeah, this is what we're saying. So now you go, Moses, you go to Tribanga and said, give up your tractor, or at least throw the engine out, we put a bull inside your tractor. No? Tribanga probably would say, thank you. Right? Because plowing the field with the bulls it's hard business. It's hard business. And how many, each, if you have a plow, you can maybe can control two bulls maybe. Govinda, you spoke yesterday or 2 days ago about you were leading horses, right? We went actually with Gopi Gita. We had to go to the Bhaktivedanta Manor to get informed about how they do with cows. So we went there, Gopi Gita and myself, like, what do we know about cows? But they were very nice to us, and they showed us about, told us different things, how they organize it, because the Bhaktivedanta Manor is much more organized than we are. Although it's still not the best, because more or less is a little bit, it's not direct the city temple, but it's in between. But they cared nicely there. And they used the bulls for, carrying, the bulls, for example, when they get guests, like school classes, they have like a chariot, big chariot, where they put all the kids on top, and then they go with the bulls and this chariot around the compound, and they show them everything. Of course, the kids like it, and the bulls have something to do. Now, these two bulls together has a name, I forgot. When you put two bulls together with a yoke, with a yoke, and they had two of these bulls together. Now, if you have like really natural bulls, man, they are huge. You spoke about these horses who are, you see just this big back, But bulls, they are impressive, man. They are huge, And they said, okay, oh, now here comes one little bull comes here. Hey, Charu. Sometimes bulls, sometimes monkey. So and they said, okay, you wanna carry, you wanna. They had not, how to say, there was not a chariot. It was just these two bulls with the yoke and the reins here. Okay. So they let me go. You say this, they go this direction. You say this, they go in that direction. And then they let me with them alone, like you had with the horses, And immediately they go wherever they want. They go in different directions, and then you have to, And they are bulls, and they immediately start to, with the head, and I standing behind them, and I thought, that will not do, this. And then the cow carrier, he helped me, and of course he was expert, and then they do what they want, what he wants. So you have maybe two cows you can engage on the field, plowing the field. You have to be expert to lead the cows, the bulls, And at the same time, either you do by yourself or you have another person, then you need another devotee who directs the plow. So it's hard work. In the end of the day, you will really feel what you did. You know. So Moses, how is you still enthusiastic plowing the field today with the cows? Yeah, exactly. And it is normal. I mean, I would also, if Govinda Dev would tell me, you know, Ramānanda, enough puja, you're gaining weight, I think you should go on the field. And I would be also, wait a second, Gopal, I think Govinda Dev wanna get rid of us. You know, I would also say, you know, that's too much. But this is actually where it all leads to. Ahimsa milk is a nice project, and of course we should have, you know. But this means our all ISKCON society, all ISKCON community have completely think differently. It's not that we have somewhere up there down in the mountains, we have a farm where we have some cows and some guys taking care of the cows. No, we have to think, okay, how we can take part in this cow protection process. You know, it's not enough to be vegan. Therefore, we still don't care about the cows. We don't maybe eat them. And I know this is a very sensitive topic because, you know, all the vegan people think, okay, we did our part. Now, you know, now we can point out to all the ones who buying still cheese at Lidl with the microbiellen lab, all this sinful. Now it's not enough because we still don't give a solution for the cows. We don't give a better example for society how to treat the cows, how to work with the cows, and on top of it. It's not enough to be vegan and living by selling and buying bitcoins or something like that. You know, bitcoins. This is electronical money. You know, and this is what Vaishyas do. You know, it's understandable. Okay, you have the tendency of a Vaishya. Maybe you don't even know it by yourself, but you like to buy things and things what you can easily sell. So what is it nowadays? Of course, you go into bitcoins. Oh, Uddhava, you have bitcoins? Sure, huh? Right? It's easy thing to get It's easy thing to get money, isn't it? You know. But actually, if you have Vaishya tendency, it means you don't surrender. You don't take shelter in bitcoins. You take shelter in cows, because cows are connected with Krishna. Sorry, I point. There are many devotees who do bitcoins, and of course, I can understand. It's an easy thing to do, you know. But this is we don't depend on the cows. We don't depend on our mother. We depend on some. What is it? It's not money. It's not money. It's what is it? It's you say it. You say it. So we cheating not only others, we not even cheat society, we cheat ourselves. Because in the end of the day, when the electronical net is cracking down, you know, and they always speak about the big blackout will maybe come. So where are your bitcoins then? But guess what? Our cow's still in the barn. You know. You don't have bitcoins. Lucky you. So this is what is, you know, this is the reality. We are going out of reality. We're going into some kind of fake reality, and so that means our whole consciousness as ISKCON community has to change. We really have to lock together. We have to work together in this. It's like health insurance. we all have to have health insurance. What is a big step forward when I came, or when we came to the temple, we didn't have health insurance. The mentality was, I don't care. I die on the side of the road with the beadbag in my hand. Yes, sure, we were in our 20s, 30s. Body was still okay. Now, it's starting aching and itching and everywhere. And I think, like, as I hardly can. I have to go to the eye doctor. It's like, so I have to do it. Who will pay it? Who will pay it? Oh, I have my beadbag in the hand. No? So we happily now. Okay, it's a big step forward in taking in devotee care. That's for sure. That's for sure that we have all our brahmacharis or have health insurance, right? Or do I? Yes. But this health insurance is only health insurance what we pay to the state, right? This money is gone forever. We never see it again. Maybe when we go to the doctor, but guess what? They only pay what's really necessary. They don't pay you what you need. They pay what's necessary. What they say, this is what you need, right? So there are alternatives, of course, who are collecting in communities, collecting money, and then if needed, then they pour it out, they give it out, called Ādi-līlā, But there again, you work together, you stick together with people you maybe don't really want to be together. So we actually have to have the consciousness to kind of say, okay, we are ISKCON society, and all money what we have, we want to keep. So let's every temple collect money, paying some kind, making fund for each and every devotee, paying into a fund. And in this way we building up funds where in time of need we can provide some support for this devotee, either by in need of health crisis, or brahmachari want to get married, that one says, okay, he served as a brahmachari for 10 years in the temple, gave everything, really was always on it. Now he decided to have a family. Let's give him a good portion out of his savings that he can, doesn't start with zero. I had $50 when I started family. No? So, or even, how many elderly brahmacharis do we have? Somehow or other they got tracked through the society in ISKCON, and guess what? Some of them, they're not charismatic to become like a big preacher. They are, they spend their lives in a temple cleaning toilets, making minor service, were not good in giving classes or whatever, and they didn't make it to the Tanda. We even have sannyasis who are kind of so. If you have a charismatic guru, then everybody is kind of on it. Yeah, let's support him. If you have right, if what? But they are not all of them like that. No, that's the point, And amongst them also other renunciates like elderly brahmacharis who take care of them, or elderly prabhus or ladies who take care. And now in Germany we still have this social system, but how long we can depend on this? So this means we really, as society, we have to think how we can do this, how we can stick together and provide such things and do this as a society. Right? We have, in our generation, we had our disciples of Srila Prabhupada, all glories to them. They did all the pioneer work. They built it up, the society. They helped Prabhupada to make Prabhupada's vision come through. And they getting all the credits without a doubt. And some things maybe somewhere also, left on the way. some maybe didn't make it, some maybe whatever it was, they get all the glories because they did the major work. Because we come now and sitting here in this temple. We come in here, nice temple, by the way. Thank you, Akila Prabhu. Now we take over. But what is our mission? What is our part to the society? Just to live here? Or do we have to see, okay, what didn't we accomplish till now? I mean, for sure, we distributed so many books, and for sure, book distribution has to go on. Now Munindra becomes, But how we can make really the society that when people come through the books, that they see that's an alternative. That's an alternative way to live. What are their economical resources? They have farm communities, very good. How to provide themselves? Well, they have lots of milk. They have lots of grain. They can sell the milk. They're making cheese. Of course, without lab. They're making delicious cheese. They're making yogurt. Right, let's go to them. They have a Hofladen, a farm shop right at the farm. You can buy vegetables there, what they grow there in the garden, completely biologic. Let's go there. Let's go to the Hare Krishnas. They have the best vegetables. Let's buy from them. Let's get the milk from them. And by the way, let's get some advices from them. They have very good counselors because they take care of each other. They take care of the women. They take care of the children. And they take care of the old people. So that's, I don't know, I think that is something where what our generation has to work on. How to take care of women, how to take care of children, how to take care of old people. And especially to old people, we didn't have this till now. We a young society. Everybody joined in their 20s, mostly. Right? And then you grow old. And this is the second generation. So now our proper disciples, they are, So what do we do with them? What is that? They spend it the whole time in the mission. They gave their lives to Prabhupada. So what now? What now? Who takes care of them? No, we don't have an answer, or somebody has an answer. Yes, exactly. But are we, so what is the requirement to go to Mayapur? 30 years of, and then so everybody, we send all our old people to Mayapur. That's the thing. They're developing something. So that's the thing. We have to see how we develop such things. And I think it's a very good, a very great service where Krishna and Srila Prabhupada would be so grateful, and many blessings would come if if we have in different places old Vaishnava homes, where they just can do the bhajans, where they can do the reading, the chanting, and associate with each other. But this thing doesn't happen by itself. First of all, you need somebody who builds a house or something like that, and then you need people who are working for these people, cooking for them 3 times a day, and providing also cleaning, and old bodies need special care. So you need trained people who know how to care about old bodies, right? So, and who to finance them. Oh, that's your seva, Mataji, for the rest of your life. No, we cannot pay you anything. No, of course, everybody, okay, we need something. We are a young family. I'm happy, I'm trained, I'm a trained nurse. I would like to do that. But what about me? So therefore, we have to have some finance system in place. And I think that's something what we as a community worldwide, at least we have to address the topic. Till now, I don't hear this so much. I hear lots of philosophy. But and this is something what attracts people in the beginning. But then in the end, everybody asks, okay, what do I do in the meantime till I'm back with Krishna, right? So and it all starts with cow care. It all starts with cow care, but not only taking care of a cow. It starts about the whole meditation. Because caring about cows meaning caring about society, and this is something what I honestly think, even if we try our best to provide our cow cares for our cows here, but we can't do this alone. We need help, and we need help from all the devotees, I think. And my solution would be we should keep our money together and use it for our needs. We should not give it to outside, and we should keep it and use it for our needs. And I think if such a thing could happen, then that would be one reason for many people to join, people with money. Because nobody want to give the money unnecessarily away where they don't know what happened out of it. Yeah, sorry, this was just a thought. It became out of a Chaitanya Charitamrite class, but as we have the meditation of this new year started yesterday with Govardhan Puja, taking shelter of Krishna, who supplies everything what we need. But part of it, under the umbrella, they're also the cows. So they're part of our society. And we should think, not only think, we should maybe communicate about how we can put such things in place, how we can make a self-sustained, not only farm community, but spiritual community worldwide. And therefore we have to stick together. We cannot continue with our us and them mentality. We are Simhachalam, there's Kologadam or something, we have to really stick together in this worldwide. And then maybe we can accomplish this. This was just my thinking about that, and thank you very much. I know I'm not the best example. I should go more often to the cows. I have little cows at home, but yeah, we always try to be a little bit more present there, especially also in the winter time when they're sitting the whole time in the cow shed. And but with your blessings, we can be better examples. We can be better devotees. We can, by your blessings, continue to serve here in this community and give our life some value. Therefore, I'm asking you for your blessings. Shri Shri Prahlad Lakshmi Shingadev ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. No, there's not so much time for thoughts. I'm sorry. Anybody has to say something? Oh, Munindragan now. No. Is that a joke? You got the GBC. Is this a joke? No, it's Govindadev. It's clear. Next.
They have this problem. They have to find a way to find a reason.
Yeah.
The resolution until 2022, which is around the corner, all the dates should only get a Hinsanat. That's the resolution they have, but it's a big question how we're going to do it.
Yeah. It's a big question mark. Yes, our Munindra and my guru and Kishori Kunt, Krishna Kshetra Swami, he is also quite on this topic of cow care, and the many things what can be implemented. But I myself, I see myself quite helpless unless I actively try to support it. But then I can't do this service what I do at the moment. So what to do? Therefore, I say we need more help. We need more helping hands and really accomplish this.
I would really, really like to thank you because you touched an argument that is crucial. Like I have a normal job, like I live a normal job, and the situation we all know what's going on. Like I live in Italy, so the world that is outside you don't like it anymore. Like you don't feel like being there. So I spoke to Guru Maharaj that I sincerely consider to find a temple where to go, but I am a woman, okay? I don't have finances like I don't have some millions in the bank, so I can just move in a temple and maintain myself. So I said, okay, I move in a temple, but then what? Unfortunately, the temples don't have the means to sustain everyone who is living there, even for personal care. Like, you have to wear a new pair of glasses, you have to go to the dentist, very basically. And that's a very crucial thing. I had never did that before. Like, if we actually take care of cows will be our wealth. I had never imagined that. So if cows are safe, all the devotees are safe.
Yeah.
I have never ever thought of that.
Yeah, this is how Krishna arranged the society. Take care of cows, they take care of you. This is what Hasti always says. No? But it's not only a one-man business. It's a whole meditation, and not only our community. Anyway. This was the point what I was making. Thank you. You have bitcoins. 2 bitcoins. Me too. Okay. Srila Prabhupada Ki Chai. So whoever wanna at 11 o'clock, whoever has a little bit free time and wanna to support Uddhava and his dear wife in the ceremony, please join in by chanting the holy name. Oh, you can invite him.
Yes, all devotees are welcome to bless us. Please bless us to the Ādi-līlā blessings.
Jai.
Gopal Prabhu ki jai.